from the station that's on your side. This is News 12 at 6 o'clock.
The Alabama woman charged with faking her kidnapping could be facing more charges. But first, the Richmond County Sheriff's Office is investigating with the coroner's office a murder-suicide. This morning, the Sheriff's Office was called to Diamond Lakes in reference to a medical call, and when they got to the scene, they found a person dead inside their car from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Later, when investigators went inside the victim's home, they found a man dead inside. We'll continue to keep you updated on that when we find out more information. Now, throughout the day, we have seen nothing but rain. And Emily, can we expect a break heading into the evening?
Yeah, Craig, we're going to see a little bit of a break. I mean, some places it has stopped raining, but it's still very gloomy out there, humid, muggy, whatever word you want to choose there. But this is a look right now. You can see that cloud cover really starting to build up again, and we've seen overcast skies all day today, and that's helped our temperatures not get too hot. 83 is the current temperature right now at St. Sebastian Way. Feels like 89 though, so a little bit on the warmer side, but typically we're in those lower 90s at this point. So I think we'll take these 80s, even though it is a little bit muggier out there. It's currently 83 in Augusta and Waynesboro. It's 85 up in Evans. Again, a little bit warmer for our evening, but things are looking a little bit drier, and that's for now, Craig. Gonna see some rain overnight tonight and even throughout the day, possible tomorrow, but I'll have that timed out for you coming up soon.
Alrighty, thanks for that, Emily. Well, just a few more days before kids in Richmond and Columbia County head back to school, and for the last few days, we have seen local organizations hosting back-to-school drives to make sure students across the CSRA have everything they need for the upcoming school year. Our Sydney Hood stopped by a couple of those events earlier today. Sydney?
I did, Craig. It's that final crunch before the first day of school for both Richmond and Columbia counties. You have so much on your list to get and so little time, and not to mention that price tag attached. Families are expected to spend nearly $900 in school supplies this year. That's according to the National Retail Federation. That's up nearly $30 from last year, and along with school supplies, you have to make sure your child is up to date on health screenings, haircuts, you name it, and that long road comes with a cost.
That's a crushing feeling as a single parent, not being able to give your kids the tools they need to be successful. So I hope that they walk out of here knowing that we put a lot into helping them get prepared for the upcoming school year, because we want them to be successful.
And coming up all new tonight on News 12 at 11, we'll hear more from parents out getting their kids ready for a new school year.
Alrighty, thanks for the heads up, Sydney. Well, also today over at May Park Community Center, Commissioner Francine Scott held a back-to-school event. The gathering was aimed at providing students with essential resources, promoting wellness, and ensuring a positive start to the new academic year.
We know that it was a need. There's a lot of high prices of food, clothes, and kids going back to school, they're missing some of the supplies that they need. Kids belong in the classroom and not the courtroom. And so that's why we're here today.
This event is designed to empower students by equipping them with the necessary tools and support to excel in their educational journey. Well, a cyclist is dead after an accident in Bamberg County on Friday night. South Carolina Highway Patrol says it happened around 10. A person driving a Ford on Low Country Highway near Mount Pleasant hit another person riding a bike heading in the same direction. Officials say the cyclist died at the scene and were working to get more details on that. In Paris Island, South Carolina, a staff sergeant has been found not guilty of negligent homicide surrounding the death of a recruit. Stephen Smiley was not guilty on negligent homicide, neglection of duty, cruelty to subordinates, and obstruction of justice, but was found guilty on one count of violation of lawful general order. This comes after Marine recruit Dalton Beals died in 2021 during the final test of recruit training. The one guilty charge is for name-calling. Prosecutors say Smiley called recruits pigs and more, which violates orders to not demean recruits. The fallout over lying to police may not be over for Carly Russell. The Alabama nursing student is now charged after admitting she made up her abduction. The state attorney general says he is looking into whether more charges should be filed, and Tina Kim explains why the local police chief says he is frustrated by the case.
Alabama station WVTM captured Carly Russell Friday at her attorney's office on the same day she surrendered to Hoover police. Authorities charged her with 2 low-level counts of false reporting after she admitted she fabricated her kidnapping. The hoax launched a 49-hour search for the 26-year-old nursing student.
I know many are shocked and appalled that Miss Russell is only being charged with 2 misdemeanors, despite all the panic and disruption her actions caused. Let me assure you, I too share the same frustration, but existing laws only allow the charges that were filed to be filed.
On July 13th, Russell called 911 saying she saw a toddler on the side of the road. Her family then could not locate her for the next 2 days until she turned up at her home. Police said they could not verify Russell's story of the child or the man with, quote, orange hair that she said abducted her. They did find Russell had done online searches for the kidnapping thriller Taken. Upon Hoover Police's request, Alabama's Attorney General is now overseeing the case.
One thing I would add is that we don't see this as a victimless crime. We will continue to monitor this investigation to determine whether or not there are any additional charges that need to be brought.
It's still not clear why Russell made up the stories, which could lead up to a year in jail and a $6,000 fine. Advocates for missing persons of color call the ordeal an anomaly, stressing it will not undermine their efforts to find nearly 6,000 victims who, quote, actually need our help. I'm Tina Kim reporting.
Carly Russell is now out on bail as well. The physical scars on an 18-month dog attack victim are healing, but his emotional scars remain. Toddler was mauled by several dogs in Colton County last month and was treated for severe lacerations to his face, neck, and legs. But now, 1 month later, his mom says she still has not gotten her baby back.
Some days there's normal, and then some days he has so much output of emotion that he can't deal with it other than physical.
A professor at MUSC says behavioral changes like more fear and anxiety are not uncommon after a traumatic event like a dog attack. Tyrion Ingram Dawkins, a defensive lineman for the UGA Bulldogs, was arrested in Athens, Clarke County on Monday. Ingram Dawkins failed to appear in court for parking in a handicap spot. He has since been released on a $13 bond. Ingram Dawkins is one of several UGA football players who have recently been arrested in traffic incidents. And today, the Centro Medico Health Clinic off Walton Way held its grand opening. The clinic offers not only a much-needed health service, but also serves an important clinical volunteer opportunity for health professional students to train in primary care.
Service has always been something that I've been passionate about, and to see it on this scale, and medicine, something that I'm extremely passionate about, all the other coordinators are extremely passionate about, in this underserved area with a community that I feel a part of myself. It's just magnificent.
The clinics are held every first and third Wednesday of each month. Emily?
Well, muggy conditions are going to continue throughout our evening. Overnight, could see some more showers that pop up, and that can be said for our Sunday too, but you got to stay tuned after the break for your full forecast.
Taking you to a live look at downtown Augusta. A lot of rain this morning, but it's looking pretty clear right now. We're going to toss things over to First Alert meteorologist Emily Acton. How's it looking for the rest of our evening, Emily?
Well, Craig, we can expect muggy conditions to continue throughout our evening, and then a couple of isolated showers possible as we go throughout the overnight hours and even into the day tomorrow. So we're not quite done with the rainfall just yet, but drier and hotter days are in store for us as we go into our work week next week. Could expect, again, drier conditions for the next several days once we get into the work week. But we got to get through this rainfall that we've already saw earlier today that was officially pushed out of the CSRA and really along the East Coast now. But see all of these little pink and orange polygons? That is a line starting to form of severe thunderstorms. And so that's going to dip down, unfortunately, into our area overnight, probably around 11 p.m. or 12 a.m. So really overnight tonight are going to see those showers and thunderstorms. Like I said, that rainfall has officially moved off to our east, the initial rainfall that we saw earlier this morning. So things are not looking too bad for your evening. If you have any outdoor plans, shouldn't be too bad out there. Definitely on the muggier side, though. That's to be expected whenever we see that rainfall throughout the day. It's going to be pretty muggy, you can expect overnight tonight. But again, going to see some showers and thunderstorms move through, and this model must have just updated, but nonetheless, expecting an isolated shower or two overnight tonight to start off our Sunday. Going to be in those lower 70s, but we'll warm up quickly into those lower 90s for the afternoon Sunday. Isolated showers and thunderstorms possible in the afternoon and evening, becoming a little bit more widespread for our evening. Then as we go throughout the overnight hours, things are starting to clear up, and Monday should be a really good day. Plenty of sunshine for our Monday. Temperatures will warm up into those 90s again. Taking a look at the tropics. Had a couple of developments over the past couple of days, but this is the one that's sticking out right now. This is about 1,000 miles roughly east of the Leeward Islands, so in the Atlantic, really. This right now is just a tropical development, tropical wave, has several different names to it, but it is not officially a named storm yet, but looks likely over the next couple of days, especially over the next 7 days. 70% chance for this to become a named storm. And fun fact, if it does, it will be named Emily. So, wondering, I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know if that's cool or if I don't like it. Haven't decided yet. But Craig, over the next 7 days, really not looking too bad. Off and on showers to be expected. I mean, we're at the end of July. Definitely can expect those afternoon showers and thunderstorms, and then high temperatures in the 90s starting off Monday, pretty warm, 95, and then once we get into next Saturday, also be at 95, but overall, pretty decent week.
Alrighty, thanks for the heads up on the storms and Emily. Well, SpaceX launched Falcon Heavy's Hughes Jupiter 3 mission at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida on Friday. Jupiter 3 is the highly anticipated next-generation ultra-high density satellite that will double the capacity of the Hughes Jupiter satellite fleet. The communications satellite is expected to support in-flight Wi-Fi, maritime connections, enterprise networks, and more. Lots of great stuff there. Woman in Wisconsin makes a shocking discovery inside a portable toilet. We'll have that story and more coming up next.
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Lexus Acura Infinity.
You're watching News 12 on your side.
A woman at a Wisconsin beach made a disturbing discovery after she found a hidden camera underneath the toilet seat of a porta potty. And police are trying to figure out if it was the only camera and who put it there. Chrissy Hartwig says she's heard of people hiding cameras in dressing rooms and even vacation rentals, but never in a porta potty.
I'm mind blown. I've never considered it. I've never thought about it. I wouldn't have thought about it probably. People are creeps.
Police have not shared how long they believe the camera was there and if anything was on it. Now, Republicans are hitting the campaign. Police have released a series of reports into the investigation of what happened during the Astro World Festival that killed 10 people and injured 300 others. The reports detail attempts to show that the show was stopped just moments after it began, include statements from a security contractor, firefighter, and a police officer who warned higher-ups about crowd conditions and urging them to stop the concert more than an hour before it was shut down. A dramatic dash cam video shows the moment a police pursuit turned into a foot chase. Take a look at this. This Dallas police dash cam video shows the stolen U-Haul crash just before the driver jumps out and runs. An officer's body cam video shows the suspect hiding in a building and shooting at the officer who was not injured. Investigators say it all started with undercover officers who were watching the U-Haul when it smashed into an unmarked police car. Police say throughout the chase, the driver appeared to be trying to cause a wreck to block the pursuit. The suspect has a long history of burglary, auto theft, drug, and gun crimes. Workers on Friday were seen removing letters from the old Twitter headquarters sign and replacing them with a giant X logo on the roof of the building. The familiar Twitter started letting the main logo come down at the company's San Francisco headquarters on Monday, but was temporarily halted by police due to safety concerns. After 17 years with an iconic blue bird logo, Elon Musk renamed Twitter as X and unveiled a new logo, marking a focus on building an everything app. Well, coming up in sports, long time no see. The Braves are back at it against the Brewers. That's new, coming up next.
Let me tell you what happened.
Thanks for watching News 12 on your side.
On your sideline, sports brought to you by the Hawk Law Group.
Okay, listen, I can't be the only one. Does anyone remember the Staples button? You know, you pressed it, that was easy, turned a not so great situation into a pretty good one. Braves seemed to have one in their dugout last night, but didn't seem to remember where they put it until the 7th inning. The Braves put up 4 runs then to take a 10-7 win over the Brewers. At the start, Torino made his Atlanta debut after coming off the waivers from Tampa. He gave up 6 hits and 4 runs in 4 innings. Marcelo Ozuna strolled around the bases in the bottom of the 4th to set them even. Ozuna and Eddie Rosario combined for 4 hits, 4 runs, and 3 RBIs. We haven't seen this kind of production from the duo since the All-Star break. But to Snit, the pieces are just coming together.
You know, I was hoping we get 4 innings out of him, really. He hadn't pitched in a while, but, he's not a strikeout guy. I think he's a contact guy. Okay. No, it's good. Him and Eddie, to see them kind of, we need them to be a part of this just to take some hints why we've been so successful as those guys have, and they've been struggling a little bit, so it's good to see them both and come out today.
The Braves have now won 3 out of the 4 games between the two this season. They have not won the season set against the Brewers since 2017 when they went 4-2 over 6 games. Bryce Elder gets the start tonight at 7:20. Last Sunday against the Brewers, he allowed 2 runs and 4 hits across 6 innings. Okay, this is pretty exciting. Katie Ledecky just made history again in Japan at the World Championships. The 26-year-old won the 800-meter freestyle. With her win, she reached a new benchmark, becoming the first swimmer to win 6 golds in the same event at Worlds. Not only that, she surpasses Michael Phelps in all-time individual World Championship wins with 16. Pretty incredible there.
Yeah, that is pretty cool, Alyssa. Looking at one last check at the radar. Rain has officially moved out of the CSRA. I mean, we've had a pretty gloomy, muggy day, but this evening, conditions are looking a little bit better. The cloud cover is kind of moving along with the moisture, so that's some good news. We might see a couple of showers, though, overnight tonight, and then, again, could see an isolated shower or 2 tomorrow afternoon. But things are looking drier for our work week, so that's some good news. We'll be in those 90s, as usual. It's the end of July. Overnight lows anywhere from the lower 70s to upper 60s some nights, so pretty decent 7-day, I would say.
Alrighty, Emily. Well, thanks for that heads up, and thank you for joining us here on News 12 at 6 o'clock. We got more news, weather, and sports coming up tonight at 11. Be sure to stick around.